This is the closest conference to a real in-person conference that I've ever seen done in a virtual conference. It was awesome to see you guys. I can't wait until we have a real live in-person one again.
Hi, Andrea.
Andrea.
Hi,
Hey, Diana.
Hi, Diana.
I'm starting to get all this separation anxiety again.
We're so close. We're so close.
I know.
Getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of you were in my group this morning and may have heard, or maybe not, or who knows. I'm going to try and put something together for CPB Canada here in Ontario if we can. I know some of you aren't members of CPB, but you know, what the heck. So and Andrea, I know you're out west. Michelle, I know you're out west, and yada, yada, yada. I'm just doing the best that I can. Because I'm not going to count on being able to fly, but it'll be nice to get together with some of our peers. That's for sure. Hey, Carol, I wish I could see you too.
Hello.
Hello.
I think that's
Okay,
a great idea. I think you're going to get a lot of people who are interested because there's just pent-up demand to see people, right? So I think whoever rolls the dice first and puts it out there is going to get it. Is going to get a huge attendance. Like looks like I'm going to do the Joe Woodard's thing down in Texas.
Yeah, we're looking at scaling.
Yeah, so
and I've got to hand it to them. They're being great to us Canadians. There's two of us speaking, and they're holding. We were supposed to sign our contracts by March, or the two of us that didn't sign our contracts. And they are holding off our contracts until August just to make sure that we can go, but they're still holding a spot for us.
right.
And I am so in on going, I'm really looking forward to scaling new heights.
So does everybody think there's not going to be anything Intuit based this year?
Not in person.
Not in the fall, I don't think. I think they require too much planning. Yeah,
No, they did say there wouldn't be anything.
So then
2022
scaling's going to be the big one this year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And so anyways, I'm looking forward to that. I will hopefully already be at our place in Florida and just fly straight there. But
does that mean Woodard might finally have a profitable event?
The poor guy. But I hope I see some of you guys there. That would be fantastic.
Well, we're thinking of it seriously. A lot of peer pressure for Andrew and I to go, so we're thinking of it. And
the only way I'm not
drag
going
everyone down.
is if I have to sit in a hotel for 2 weeks when I get back, which I'm anticipating will be changed by then.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
By November, there's no way. There'll be a lot of second shots in arms. There'll be no excuse not to be double vaccinated by then.
It's so nice being an old gal because I'm coming up on my second shot, right? So
I'm older than you are, I bet you. And they're
No, you're
still
not.
messing with me here. Okay.
I'm
I wouldn't
fully
say you're older than
vaccinated out
me.
here on the West Coast.
Well, it depends on the province, Brad. Here in BC, 55 to 65, we got the AstraZeneca earlier,
That's what I got. I'm in that zone.
67. So I was like, yay, so glad to be old.
Well, I got the AstraZeneca shot, and they just announced that you can mix and match vaccines, and they're safe. So just today, my wife just texted me saying there is a scheduling thing for people who had their appointments April backwards, or from beyond April, so earlier than April, and that's when I had mine. So I think I'm ready for second shot. I just can't wait.
Yeah.
It's symbolic, because I do believe after shot number 1, we're safer than no shot by any stretch, but just that second one, it's psychological at this point.
Are you still going to
100%.
go do stuff? I'm going to still live the same life.
I'm going to
I'm not
do what
really
I'm
going anywhere.
expected. I'm
Yeah,
going to
I'm
do
not-
what I'm expected, but if I actually book or I organize networking events, 2 of them every month, and I have for years now. And I'm going to make them available, but I don't care what people say about vaccine passports and crap. I'm going to say, you got to be vaccinated. I'm sorry, but you can't come otherwise, and you are going to prove it to me. And if you don't, you're not coming.
Yeah.
Just so that we're safe.
Comfort
I don't
level,
want
yes.
people coming in potentially causing problems for others. So
All the same, it would be so nice to see you guys there. I'm
Yeah.
not as popular as you guys. I don't get any peer pressure.
what are you
to come.
talking about?
This
You
is all on-
underscore your popularity. You're a
This
star.
is
You're-
this is all Kelly's FOMO. Not one person has said you got to go to Scaling New Heights, but Kelly has said, and so Kelly is totally gigging on it. So it'll be just nice to be with our people.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Because
It's
Kelly,
in
are you
Fort
presenting?
Worth, Texas,
Oh,
Dallas
Kelly, aren't
area.
you-
So you'd fly into Dallas, Fort
Yeah.
Worth.
yeah, I am Diane, and but they haven't had 2 of us from Canada here. They've been very gracious, and they're giving us until August to commit. Because if we commit to our scope of work, they own our content for 3 years, right?
What?
And it can be presented by somebody else. And the thing about speaking at Scaling New Heights is not the money; it's the going.
Yeah.
Right. So
He's not
Not
making
to
you
be-
pay though. Like I know some speakers have to pay to be there.
no,
Yeah.
No.
Like you literally pay for the right to get on the stage.
I think
maybe vendor. Sure, of course. That's like every conference.
No, like people, regular speakers, Jeannie Whitehouse did it.
No, so
Just
I believe
have
what it is you get your ticket for free and then you get $500, but that doesn't even come close to covering your hotel, let alone your flight. So you're effectively paying. I don't think you actually have to pay,
Yeah.
but like you're paying when you factor in all your costs.
But I think you're right about vendors, Kelly. Like Jeannie actually had a table there, and I think some of the other speakers did. There's sort of a package where you speak and sell.
Yeah, sure. All the conferences are like that. I mean, that's the gig. That's how. I mean, they don't always make money off the tickets. I'll tell you that. So yeah, of course. That's.
So
how
where
it
was
is.
Shaq's? Where was Shaq and A-Rod and Oprah? I mean, it's a little bit different. I find I didn't go to
You-
scaling for the speakers.
You can't
Really?
compare to QBConnect.
Oh, I
It's
know.
not the same.
Well, I know it is definitely, to be on stage, there is a marketing angle there, and people recognize that. It's not for everyone, but
At
it's
any
got to
rate,
make.
it'll be so nice to start to see people. But I've got to tell you, today has been great.
Yes.
Because we've had these smaller breakout groups, and I got to fangirl on Martha, and Martha got to say hello to me. So you're still seeing some new faces and seeing your old friends, and so I've really enjoyed today with the breakout rooms.
Make sure you give them that feedback, right? Because they're really good. Like, to be honest, that was, I don't want to take all the credit, but I think I definitely had a factor because I basically had a session with their team basically saying, hey, these virtual conferences, they suck. We're not getting the same feeling that we're getting. And you need, like, these conferences to us aren't about PD. Most of the people who are coming to this, coming back year over year, we don't need the PD. We got plenty, number one. And number two, most of these sessions, we're teaching half of them. We don't need to attend them. We're there to hang out and meet with our peers. You need to enable that in a better way. And I
It's
think
so
they
true.
listened and tried to build it in.
The social side is definitely more. Like I've been to all these virtual conferences, and this one definitely has more to it.
Yeah.
And their payback to me was
But that's
making me host a
Rachel
dance
Clark
party.
for you, right?
So some of the
Fantastic.
feedback I've had the opportunity to, I'm doing some other work with Mountain View, and I've had the opportunity to throw my 2 cents in on future conferences. And I said part of the reason that it's not sustainable is how like ridiculously overblown the conferences have gotten, and we don't really pay to go to the Connect conference. I said it would be just as good to dial it back to where we all started at Thrive or all of those kinds of things, where you keep them sustainable financially. We all come in, we interact, and as much as I love the circus, we don't need the circus, right? We don't need the
We don't need A-Rod. A-Rod adds no value to me.
Right. We don't need any of that. We need some sessions, and we need to organically gather later on. And the giant tent thing was absolutely amazing.
Big
But
party.
we do need an open bar.
Free booze.
So anyways, I've way overtaken the conversation, of course.
okay.
Diane, I'm loving your photos of your place, by the way.
Oh, it was just a really great year this year with all of the whales. Something's going on, I guess. No cruise ships coming in and not as many boats out and about. So the whales have come back big time. So it's been
Nice.
really great watching them. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's so fun. I wonder if it is the cruise. Well, you would know. It's probably the cruise boats, right?
I don't know. I've been kind of racking my brains to think, why have we seen, pods as big as 9 killer whales like 4 or 5 times so far this year, and it's only June 1st, and we've been here 6 years and have never seen that quantity before.
Wow, that's
So-
fun.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got to draw a natural conclusion. that
feeling more inviting.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's got to be that. There's so many things that are happening because of the pandemic they didn't anticipate. That's got to be it. No
Yeah.
cruise ships, safer for them. And they're smart critters. Those whales have high intelligence. So like these damn ships, get them out of our way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
They would dive under before and just bypass Vancouver and this whole area and swim under as they went out to the ocean, right? Whereas now I think they're sticking their heads up a whole lot more, feeling safe that they're not going to hit a friggin' boat when they do it. I don't know.
That's so fun. Oh, that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So we'll see next year, because I'm sure the cruise ships will be back. So we'll see if it's a different summer next year. That'll be
Well,
that'll be
didn't
telling
the
for
US
sure.
do something where they can bypass Canada now?
yeah, well, they can until the borders are opened and all of that is sorted out. But it's a temporary thing. So
Oh.
February
Oh.
2022 is the date that apparently the Canadian government is going to allow cruise ships from the US to actually come back into Vancouver's port. So,
Okay, I see.
yeah,
I see.
so we'll see. But yeah, no worries. We're not going to lose that market forever. It's just, it's temporary dates. So the U.S. passed a law saying, okay, well, we'll allow you to bypass that Vancouver port and not kind of go into customs in Vancouver in Canada, but go directly to Alaska. So then there's no, other than being in our international waters, they're not actually docking in anything that's not American, right? So yeah,
Cool.
technical stuff that's important to us that live on the coast, but not to anybody else.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
How's business for everybody?
No
It's
comment.
good for me.
Just trying to find staff. I've been watching every staff related thing. I'm pulling my hair out, so yep.
Yeah, check out Canamex. I keep telling you.
I
Diane,
know
cover
about
your ears.
Catabax. I know about them, and I don't do enough compilations for that to work for me.
No.
I do more of the bookkeeping side of things. So I did try them. Very nice, but it's just you have to be in a certain market segment for that.
Yeah, they're definitely more in the file prep.
Yeah,
than the
and
bookkeeping.
I actually need somebody in house. Because I do have some people that want to give me paper, and I do need somebody that can turn that from paper into something that isn't paper. And I'm much better training when I can work actually side by side with somebody. I'm the bottleneck. I find it really challenging to do online training and onboarding with staff, not so much with clients, but with staff. So I'm moving back into an office next week, and I couldn't be more excited. I am so excited to get out of my house. So, well, it's
That's the way
under
I
constant
feel.
renovation. My husband's always ripping stuff up, and now he wants to do the flooring, and he was just finished building a deck, and there's always banging and stuff, and I'm really happy to get out. So.
I don't think you're alone. I think lots of people want to be able to get back to a space.
Yeah.
I
The office
definitely
is only 5 minutes from my house, so it's not a big commute. But the point is, it's separate. It's not here. So I have a hard time turning it off when everything is right here. So yeah, I need to get out for sure.
People are really reevaluating who they want to work with in this, I think.
Yeah.
And then the other feedback that was not feedback. The other thing that was interesting is, so Teresa Flack went after me for pricing, and she was really smart about it. So she got moderators, which changed everything, because Diane, your groups, whenever you were in one, it was fine because you're making people open up.
Yeah.
Other groups are waiting for me to come in and introduce them, and they changed groups every time.
Yeah.
So I've said keep the groups the same because they're not going to talk like this.
Yeah.
And then, but Teresa was super smart. She sent something for people to print out. Me, I gave them reusable Google Forms to continue to create a 5-star profile. But it was a swing and a miss because people aren't that technologically, they couldn't figure out how to keep the form. And only Diane and one other person asked for them ahead of time, like they were supposed to. So anyways, it was interesting that it worked so well printing something out even now in a workshop program. And it was, I mean, Teresa's fantastic anyway, right? But having people to moderate those, anyways, where I was going on this was people have decided who they want to work with, and now they're trying to figure out how to, and I'm talking people who are at a high, they care more. They are CPBs and yada, 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 right? We're not talking the ones out there making $15 an hour. We're talking about the ones that truly care about our profession. And they care now about who they're working with. This has really realigned people with not dealing with idiots.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because some people are truly idiots. You can't fit. Some people just don't suit you and you're not going to bring them value. But some people are actually meanie heads and not treating people with respect. They're being dicks, right?
Yeah, they're being dickheads.
So it was really...
I love the All Blacks motto, no dickheads, right?
No dickheads, yeah. Yeah, so that was interesting.
What was interesting to me is having the breakout sessions this morning. I don't know if you guys encountered this. I had a couple people who were brand new to QBO. I was like, what? They still exist?
What?
And I was like, I just sort of assumed that, the COVID had forced everyone to this transition, but definitely
No,
not.
I'm here still hearing majority of people are still desktop. The online stuff is still a minority, which surprises me. But we live in this online world, right? So you don't see that.
So I think
we're just totally dialed out of reality.
Yeah,
we really are.
I think I can add something to this conversation that I see happen a lot within our small community, because in reality, if you look at the community that are online, how we all got to know each other and stuff, it's still fairly small. And I learned this being the chair of IPBC CPP Canada now for so many years, was that, we had at that point when I was chair 2,000 members. And of those 2,000 members, there was really the, top-notch 800 CPPs that were involved in everything that we were seeing and were building their businesses and wanting all the information. But guess what? There was still 12 to 1,400 that weren't anywhere near there yet.
It's a UFO.
So you must be excited about this announcement, Donna, about them the government releasing the classified information about UFOs. Isn't that like coming like any week now?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, actually. We were talking about that yesterday, actually. So, yeah.
So, I mean, let's take it off topic. Like, talk about weird hobbies. What do people think about this UFO thing and it like being a real thing?
My husband's so excited about it. He can't wait. He's going to finally be proven right.
Wow.
I'm actually quite excited about it myself, and so are a lot of my friends. I know, yeah.
I always believed the universe was large enough for additional life. I always believed that, but I didn't really necessarily believe that we had a Star Trek, UFOs coming to visit us. And I'm like, whoa, shit, maybe we really do.
My inner 10-year-old is thriving on this.
Yeah. It's seeming like there really is maybe they're the ones who created AI.
It's scientific, right? Well, no, they're the ones that are developing the vaccines, right? They're going to take over the world, right?
Yes, this is just a vaccine so that we can go on the spaceship.
Superstitions out there, right?
No, that's how you get 5G into everyone's brains. That's what it's for. Bill Gates is doing this. You know that. It's true, right? I saw it on the internet.
It's on the internet, right?
It's got to be the internets. I like the way you say that.
No, so I actually I have a different viewpoint of that. Of course, I don't believe in all those silly things, but I've been kind of a believer in UFOs for a long time, so I think it's kind of exciting.
Well, the universe is pretty darn big, To think we're the only ones out there is pretty naive, I think.
I know Heather.
Inquiring minds need to know the truth of the matter. So yeah.
And did you remember, is it Brian Cox, Dr. Brian Cox? If Sarah was here.
In London.
Right? He talks, he's this universe guy. He talks about the immensity of the universe. And of all the main stage speakers I've seen through the years, he just blew me away. Andrew, you weren't as enamored by him, but I was just blown away. I had goosebumps listening to it because I've always thought that, you start thinking about the immensity of the world we live in, and within the scope of the universe, it's just mind-blowing, and you prefer to just tune it off. Whereas Brian Cox is like, let's go there, and he wanted to talk about the immensity of if the universe has an ending, what's on the other side? It's like, oh man. And then they start breaking into dimensions and all this stuff and portals, and I don't even want to go there, but
So anyway, talk about nerding out. One time we went to one of the Comic Cons, and our daughter met the ancient aliens guy. Really, and he is kind of that.
Well, I used to think he was out there. No, apparently he was just ahead of the curve.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Okay, I'll see you guys later. I got a jet. I'm gonna try and come back in. If your room is still open, that'd be great.
Yeah, we'll leave it open for a while.
I will do likewise. We'll catch you guys later.
You watch Andrew and I'll be here at midnight going, where's everyone? Come back, please. We want to talk to people.
So fun through. Now, I think it sounds pretty cool. And I like you did well on your panel, of course.
Oh, thank you. I didn't listen to it today. I've never seen the finished product. You lose some functionality. Hey, Teresa.
A lot of people don't like that. Exactly.
Yes. Well, people don't like change. People don't like change. So they have to be a bit careful about that. But they're definitely got some horsepower. We're talking about fun through, Teresa. Obviously I have a bit of exposure to them, but I think you're going to see it incorporated into QBO in the next little while. Somebody made a comment today about Cummings soon. Being able to fund an invoice from within QBO. That was announced by Andrew Smith, I think. And I think that's what he was getting at. He said you'll be able to fund invoices. Now, Andrew, you thought that meant free EFT. I don't think this is necessarily an EFT play. I think you're going to see them add. What do they have in the U.S.? What do you guys have in the U.S. as far as payments go? The
For
ACH.
payments?
Yeah, you have ACH. We don't have ACH up here.
Oh yeah, we have
have
QuickBooks
EFT,
payments,
which is
and then
ours.
yeah, QuickBooks payments, and of course Melio. You guys can't use Melio?
Not yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty awesome, actually. I mean, some people don't like
That's
it.
what I
but
hear.
I think it's seamless. I tried it on a few people, and it's really nice. And then you can also pay your vendors with it nicely. So if you have subcontractors and things like that, it works very seamlessly for that as well. And then there's the green and the purple one, so you have to pay more to get, the instant pay or whatever you call it, same day pay.
Andrew, you got your beard trimmed while you were sleeping?
Well,
Your wife came in and trimmed you while you were
No,
sleeping?
more my sister.
Well, if it counts for anything, I think it needed a bit of a trim because it looks better now.
It was definitely getting pretty long.
Well, the thing is like, for those of you guys who don't know, and you've probably heard this, Dawn, on Fridays, where Andrew will talk about the weight loss journey, and he'll add my weight to his, and say, oh, we've lost this much. But dude, before I couldn't tell that you had lost weight because your beard just kind of hid it. So now you can tell your head looks smaller relative to your beard. So there you go.
The beard was growing as much as the face was shrinking, so you could tell.
It's like
so he's losing weight, but the beard was as heavy as the weight loss. So that's why you weren't losing. Your beard was too heavy.
So let's say it's wrong. You can still improve it. So like maybe my metabolic age really isn't 44, which it tells me it is. Maybe it's 47, but the sheer fact that it's getting better means I'm doing something right to improve my health.
Well, what do they say? As long as it's,
pardon me?
Well, the scale is by a company. They're a Taiwanese company called Renpho, RENPHO, and they sell a ton of Amazon type stuff. And they've got this Bluetooth scale that can vary in price from $20 to $50 Canadian, depending on what, they always have coupons and shit like that. But it's got this really nice Bluetooth component that ties into an app, and the app ties to all these other things. So when you stand on the scale, it pops up all these other metrics. I'm more interested in the other, like weight and steps and things like that. That's not the big one. There's other things like it measures certain content, your fat content, your BMI, all these different things. So you have more metrics, and it's got like dashboarding and stuff. Does that sound familiar? It's kind of, so Amazon owes me commission on a bunch of these because a lot of people have been buying them. Yeah. And it just gives you something to look at.
You should get a reseller account.
Yeah.
My wife got me the Fitbit scale for Christmas. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it's
the Fitbit
helpful.
scale. The Fitbit scale is like 3 times as much as the Renpho scale, and they do the same thing. You're just paying for the Fitbit name. Renpho is just it's like everything else that comes out of Taiwan and China. They're just trying to be price competitive, and they've got the lower cost structure. So, yeah, it's the same concept.
We missed our discussion about aliens. You must be excited about this new press release that's going to be coming out.
Aliens?
Are you an alien?
Yes.
Heather!
Hey! Hi. How are you?
Got some familiar faces in here?
Yeah. Hi, Teresa and Donna and Jonathan and Brad.
And of course, you're a QBConnect Canada veteran now, so you should be.
I didn't go to this one today because I was with clients all day, and I didn't even know it was happening until you posted it last week, and it was already too late.
Yeah, they tend not to target the U.S. market for some reason. But then yesterday or the day before, they're saying why you should come even if you're from the States. And I thought, why didn't you do that from the start?
To us, like we can't.
Well,
everything.
Well, they had 10,000 people registered.
10,000 people signed up for it.
Wow, that's amazing.
I didn't have time to hang out most of the time either. I was kind of been jumping in here and there because I'm doing catch-up work today. So yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of what we decided to do, is just leave it open and people come and go. Like in real life, I don't go to breakouts. I just don't.
Just make sure to come to the dance party so I'm not the only one dancing.
Oh, you will be. Well, that reminds me, I got to invite Schwan.
I'm doing, Joe Woodard is doing a pricing workshop, a 4-week pricing workshop, and I'm doing that with him, and it's fabulous. It's so good.
Oh, cool.
It's so good. Like, I've done a lot of pricing work in my firm, but he's helping me push it to the next level. Like, there was stuff with the whole, like, the 3 pricing levels and stuff that I just wasn't making the connection, and he nailed it for me. So I'm like, okay, now I get it.
Awesome.
I signed up for that
Texas
one
for scaling?
in July. Is that the same one, Heather?
Oh, you're registered for the workshop in July?
Yeah, I couldn't do it because there's some other stuff right now, but I'm doing it in July. Is that the same one?
Yeah, it's the same one. I think Intuit invited people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. It's actually been really good. I mean, some of the stuff is stuff I've heard before, but it's a good reminder.
Right.
But now
he's
moving it into places where I haven't been before. So, and what I love about it is it's collaborative. Like, he breaks us into breakout sessions with about 5 or 6 people, and we can learn from each other, which is fabulous.
Yeah, it's cool because you get people from different areas, and I like that part actually.
Andrew, you look like Andrew. Did you like lose some weight?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm like, wait a minute. I knew Brad did this whole journey, but I'm like, there's less of Andrew there.
He's strong.
Yeah, ever since he shaved his beard, it's noticeable. It's noticeable beard.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't have anything nearly as drastic as you guys, but I lost a few pounds too.
Yeah, you're doing great, Heather. I know Noom didn't work for you, but it doesn't work for everyone. And
I'm doing Noom again. So I did something else, and now I'm back to Noom. So I'm gonna try it again. But I did.
Have you tried the Under?
I lost 30
Have you tried
pounds.
the Under Armour app? Have you tried the MyFitnessPal at all?
Love
I have.
Once you're done with Noom, it's more useful. It's harder to use from the start because it's kind of overwhelming. I'd liken it to learn how to drive the car and then take out MyFitnessPal because it's not
doesn't
as
matter what you're using as long as you're using something, and you have to be accountable.
Makes you accountable.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about how we talk to our clients. Like, you have to be accountable, and you need to measure it. And if you don't, and I know for myself, and I guess I shouldn't say you need to be accountable. I need to be accountable for it to work for me. And I know that for me, the times I fall off the wagon and I struggle is because I just stop. I'm like, oh, I don't need to measure. Or worse yet,
I'm doing good.
like,
I got this.
I have a binge and I'm like, I'm not going to measure it because I know I did bad, so I don't want to measure it. I was like, you have to be accountable. You have to.
You do. No, you.
I know it's funny. I'll eat cookies and then I'll say I'm not gonna log it. It's kind of like you feel like I'm gonna fool. I'm cheating. It's like, well, wait a minute. Who am I
what
cheating?
happens every time you do that? You eat more than you should.
That's the whole thing.
Affiliation app for it.
I didn't realize how many cookies I ate until I had to do a diet journal, like everything you ate from the time you get up until the end. Yeah. And this was several years ago, and I didn't realize how dang many cookies I ate. I was a cookie-holic.
The nighttime is what kills me. Like, I don't.
Well, that will.
And at
you're
night,
weaker
not
at
anymore,
night.
but yeah.
You're weaker at night because you're tired and you let down your guard. And there's some chemical things I've learned about that makes you crave fatty and sweetie treats at night.
Salty is me.
And boy, do I get it.
I want the.
So I was losing my way a bit. I was getting a bit frustrated, and it was Andrew that said, "Dude, you just gotta get back to being accountable." And once I did, it was better because
I'll get my PC sweet and salty thing, and it's a healthy alternative to chips, so I can eat the entire bag, and then I go to journal it afterwards. I'm like, oh crap.
Or blue corn chips or something like that. It's like,
Just because organic, you're like, it's organic. I can't.
Doesn't make it better. No.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't. But what I find really helps is instead of bringing the bag to the living room,
is to pour out a bowl.
Serving into a bowl and then.
Oh yeah, we have these little bowls that we use for our snacks. It's been working. They're like these little tiny serving bowls, and so put exact amount of snacks in there on like 10 cashews
Yeah.
11 almonds, all exactly portioned out. You can't have any more than that.
I'll up you one level. When you get your bag and you come home from the grocery store, break it up into little Ziploc bags. So you can just come and grab it, and it's pre-portioned already. You don't need to worry about it. And then you can just grab and go. And then you can eat the entire bag. It's just a one
My husband does that with his nuts and stuff. He has them all in these little bags, like the little
that's called
tiny
birth
ones.
control.
That's a good idea. I never thought
Sorry.
I picked up an idea from Tim Ferriss with kind of structuring your meals. So again, just like Heather, night is the worst for me. I'll dinners are too big, and you're eating snacks later on in the evening. But breakfast, it's one of three every single day except for Sunday. One of three different breakfasts. So it's very easy to get into MyFitnessPal. And then lunch is usually pretty standard. It's usually whatever I had for dinner last night, to be honest.
Right.
Doing that just saves so much time too.
Yeah.
I don't eat breakfast anymore. I do the intermittent fasting, so I eat from 12 until 7, unless I have a breakdown in the evening and want a whole bag of popcorn. Then I'm eating popcorn at 7:30.
Yeah.
But that definitely works for me. And it's funny because when I was younger, I didn't know about intermittent fasting, but I didn't eat breakfast, and I never had an issue because and so I realized that that's just something about me. And I know everybody's like, you should eat breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't need to eat breakfast.
I'm the same. My breakfast is a cup of coffee and I'm good.
I'm good. And I'm not even hungry until lunchtime. And half the time at lunch, I'm like, I'm not hungry, but I'm like, I should probably eat something now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I still have a long way to go, but.
Yeah. The other thing that I've changed is what time I eat my dinner at. So, AP,
the
I eat my dinner.
The smaller plates?
No, not the smaller plate, the timing. So I eat way earlier now. So I eat at 5, 6 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And then if I get hungry later, the only thing I'll have is I'll do a smoothie, like a fruit smoothie, or a protein shake. And what's interesting is exercise. If you're feeling yourself getting hungry, and you do an exercise, it's not uncommon for me to be a little bit peckish before I do a workout. I'll do a workout, I'm not hungry, and I'll have a smoothie afterwards, or a protein shake, and I just it's over time. I don't have those 11 o'clock cravings now, and it's that cycle, right? Whatever you do, you're going to crave more of, whether that's more healthy or more unhealthy. The more you have of anything, it's just this. What's that thing? Where you attract positive energy with positive energy. The attraction laws.
Law of attraction.
Law of attraction.
There it is. Yeah, and I find that to be.
I
know it's not scientific, and I'm usually a very scientific guy.
But it works.
It does seem to work, right? You get more of what you do.
We got one customer who's now a regular, right in our wheelhouse for bookkeeping. Fantastic customer, really values our advice. She was paying to a CPA CGA $65 a month for her sole prop bookkeeping. He was just processing what he got from HubDoc, and that was it. He was asking no questions, no reconciliations. When we rolled her over into a corp, she had no idea, and he had no idea what should be on the balance sheet. And so we had to go back 3 years and try and figure it all out. It was just that's what you get when you pay for the cheapest you can get.
Yeah.
You get
what you pay for.
Yeah.
Get what you pay for.
Who just echoed that with me?
Sorry, that was me.
No, that's okay. But it's true, right? I mean, I've been down this road, I don't know how many times. And I just did this with a guy I did the whole process with. Now, my big mistake was he seemed urgent. So I thought, I got everything in the questions. I'll bypass the discovery and I'll quote.
Yeah.
My mistake, lesson learned. But he's like, oh, that's crazy. I mean, it's only going to be 6 hours a month, for each, the company and the holding company and the other company. I'm like, yeah, I got that. Because can we just do it hourly? I said, okay, well, I mean, I've given them the code and saying, okay, we're hourly. If it's based on just those numbers, blah, 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 it's going to be this much, which was, you know, like maybe $400 off of what the monthly was going to be. And he goes, well, that works out to like, you know, $81 an hour. I'm like, well, no, it's, you know, this amount times 4.33 weeks per month, which makes it $75 an hour. And that's giving you a really good rate. He goes, oh, well, don't bookkeepers charge like 35 to 55 an hour? I'm like, nope. Well, somebody, maybe as an
Not good
employee-
ones.
No. But then I went back to him and I said, maybe as an employee, but then you have to factor in, you know, this percentage for CPP, this for EI, this for WCB, this
All
for
the overhead.
blah, 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 you know. But if you want to go with the cheaper bookkeeper, you know, then we're not the right fit.
Yeah.
And I left it at that. So
Andrew
we'll hire
gave me
another
some-
one. And he was about to fire because she was making a bunch of mistakes and the accountant was like flabbergasted at how she did what she did. And then she ended up quitting just before she was getting fired. So now he's still looking for the cheap bookkeeper. So
Oh, have fun with that.
Yeah.
I think Brad's taking a photo.
That's misinformation. Well, I saw it 3 times in the Facebook group.
It was wrong all 3 times.
Oh my gosh, yes.
By the way, it was the same person who wrote it 3 times.
Yeah, because they cross-posted.
Cross-posted.
It is the absolute worst in the U.S. tax groups. There's this group called Tax
Oh my God.
Fund
Yeah,
Madness,
sorry.
right? And it's a whole bunch of regular taxpayers who are just passing all the wrong information. They're like, I'm married and I filed head of household. I'm like, do you not think the IRS is in this group chat? Like a lot of y'all are going to get audited.
Yeah, some of the stuff I've seen on tax Twitter and people just going off about like, this is how you pay no tax and make sure you pay your kids and like all this stuff. It's just like,
yes.
What are you doing?
That's how you get arrested.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Could be important.
Yeah, that's how they got Al Capone, right?
Yeah.
And I
That's
use
probably
it
how
all the time. They didn't
That's
catch him on
probably
his
how they're going to
crime.
get Trump. Trump right now is being investigated for tax fraud, right? So that's another example, and it happens all the time. That's where they get people. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to be openly giving out bullshit tax information.
I gotta
It's
go,
just gonna
guys. I
come
have
out.
a client meeting coming up, but thanks for the invite. I'll see you
Okay.
guys.
See you, Tanya.
Great hanging out.
Take care.
All right.
And speaking of which, guys, I too have to hit the skids. I got a hubby coming to pick me up.
Yeah.
Brad and Andrew, give me a ding later. Brad, you know what it's about? You asked me earlier. Have the best evening.
to see you.
Enjoy,
Yeah.
guys. I miss you all terribly. I'm looking at all of you and giving you like the eyes of love here because I've missed you
No.
so
Big group
much.
hugs.
Big hugs. All right. Enjoy, guys. Have the
Okay.
greatest
See you, Tam.
conference. Bye, guys.
I forgot my question, so definitely remind me. Sorry, I literally had like 2 hours sleep and then I barely made it. I was
So
convinced
regular
I-
conference then.
Yeah, in other words,
Exactly.
Normally I
That's
just
All we
go
need is
sleep.
him to have his drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sister,
think that's the
you
problem.
don't know what's in the cup. We had this discussion at 9 a.m. I'm telling you right now, you don't know what's in the cup. It's FNO.
Oh, right.
Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Enjoy. Talk to you later. Have a great conference,
Yeah.
guys. Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Hi, sorry for dropping and hopping on that call. We're closing a mortgage
Which
in
one?
2 days and just wanted to make sure it wasn't them.
Congratulations.
Yeah. New
Yeah,
house or
so
just refinancing the place you got?
So, long story short, Andrew might like this one. Cap Gains Reserve in play. We bought out the family cottage. So this is now our principal residence, like life for the rest of our lives. And yeah, we're
Nice.
just
So you're living in a cottage. That is sweet. I knew
well,
somebody that did that in the
not
States,
going to be a
in
cottage for
Wisconsin.
very long.
You're gonna do a big
we're
reno?
definitely going to do some serious renos, and
Right.
it's going to be our house. We really want to do like kind of like let's get together when we can kind of, you know, accounting professionals I admire, come have a barbecue, go for a swim kind of thing once we can. So that's the Brad. I don't know if you want to come. It might be kind of far.
And Brad. That's the thing is you guys all live in the Southern Ontario, a lot of the big players in the Canadian market. Then there's me. I literally have a hell of a time building community here. Even though I've got Tanis and Jason here, people just aren't as anxious about it. It's weird. It's like everyone's really shy and you invite people
Have you
out
encountered
Huh?
Have you encountered a Sarah Kim? I think she's up in Edmonton. I'm trying to remember the name of her business, but we're collaborating on a customer, and I love her attitude. She's QBO focused, but yeah.
The Edmonton bookkeepers are definitely more in tune, and that's because Intuit used to have one business development manager for the whole province. That was Jeremy Burke. And Jeremy used to spend more time in Edmonton, but he'd come down here and he'd keep us happy too. So when they decided to split the territory in two, Jeremy went just to Edmonton, and Calgary was sorely underrepresented for a long time. And we just don't have a community down here. And of course, I'm here trying to do it, and people just, it's harder to do. So I don't really have that local support network just to go hang out. Like Jason, you know, bless his heart, he's always saying, hey man, we should go for a walk. And I'm like, I want to get my shot first. You know, we could easily throw on a mask and do it, but that's just been kind of my rule, is I'm going to steer clear until we're all got at least one shot.
Yeah, we're being very
otherwise,
strict
there's
here.
not much going on. Whereas you guys, you know, I see pictures and there's like 15 people that I want to hang out with, and you guys are just having a beer at a local watering hole. I was like, damn.
In
I
Ontario?
almost want to move to Ontario.
We can start tomorrow.
Not in Ontario. Not in Ontario.
No. Before the pandemic.
Oh, okay. Before, yes. I'm gonna say.
So you're going to be able to do that again soon. I'm still going to be, you know, like Tana's she lives in Okotoks, which is about half hour south of here, 25 minutes from where I live. But she's a busy lady, and she's not really the type that wants to go hang out in the bar and things like that. That's just not her style. Her and her husband do a lot of things together with their dogs. She's super busy with that. So Tanis is a dear friend, but it's not like we hang out a lot. Jason's got three young kids. His wife's awesome, but he's a family guy. He's busy, so I don't really have this local community. You guys are it.
Right.
So
that was,
I get totally jealous when I see what you're doing together.
It's Sarah Chin, and I believe she is actually in Calgary. It's Gadget Express is the name of her business. But I've just loved her attitude. I think she's just part of the tribe who hasn't found us
You
yet.
know what? I think she reached out for something a while ago. I have to check.
I told her
CRM.
to reach out to you.
Yeah, I'll check my CRM. Sarah Chin, you said?
CHIN, Gadget Express. Yeah.
Sounds really familiar.
And here we go again.
Here we go again. Should I start the music?
That was so
Might as
much
well.
fun. So much
That was
fun.
actually it worked out better than I thought.
So much fun.
It was a lot of fun. I love how many people we have in our community that like to dance. That was awesome. That one lady, that old lady, just captivated me. I loved
her.
Yeah.
Who's
She made
Sybil?
me so
Oh,
happy.
that's Sybil?
Yeah,
So
she was awesome. I loved her.
Even like the shot song.
Yeah. she reminded me kind of like Betty White.
Like at the live event.
So funny.
Oh.
That was great, Andrew. Good job.
Yeah,
man.
that was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that was awesome.
So much
I think
fun.
we needed that.
As always, it's Rachel Clark, not me. I just had an idea. She made it happen.
Yeah.
The DJ
Good.
was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
The only missing was the open bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like Marina's pouring one in for herself.
Marina's got it going
Yeah.
on.
I love even Brad. You got up on the dance stage and dance for a bit.
I kind of.
Hi, Marina. We haven't actually met, but we've chatted in socials. Hi.
Hey, Marina.
Did anybody else see Marina's message in one of the sessions today about what's an alarm clock? Don't message her before 1 o'clock.
I love it.
People, like, you're over communicating. I had a conversation with somebody in this room earlier. Like, tons of emails. What is that? Are we here? Like, I don't know. Nobody's allowed to call me, and email is like 4 times a month. That's it.
I got music playing in the background here. I think the event's still on. Who won? Who won?
No,
Who
he
won
closed
the?
it.
Who won the $1,000? I missed that.
Sherry
Sherry
Lee.
Lee.
Woo!
They actually had to page her in here because she was in here and they wanted to make sure she got it. So Cheryl reached out to all of us in the Facebook and said, find her. She's got to be here.
Yeah.
So she went and claimed her prize.
Yeah, I think Jonathan posted a message in our Facebook group as well that they were paging her.
So happy she got it.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. I messaged her. I was like, tell us what you get. Tell us what you get.
Oh, what she gets to share with us.
Well,
To be honest, I didn't even get a chance to go look at the bazaar.
No, I didn't see a lot of stuff today. That happens. And just like the real thing, right?
Yeah.
Go to the conference and miss everything.
This is the closest conference to a real in-person conference that I've ever seen done in a virtual conference, in my opinion.
Because there's a community.
It's been done
It's
really
only because
well.
there's a community.
Well, they're
I
kind of
can't
getting
that.
used to it now. It's going to get better as it goes, right?
Yeah.
Last year
Well,
was their
hopefully it's
first
not going
year.
to get any better because they're done. No more virtual.
Yes. Well, they're probably going to do, you think they would do San Jose one more time, wouldn't they? Or is that it for 2021?
I think that's it for
the
2021.
The US Connect. Is it done?
When did they have it? It was in
I
the
don't
new year,
remember.
right?
I think it was
in November usually.
It was November. It was in November, but it was.
Yeah, they had it last
and
year,
it was just
so
a
they might
one-day
do it
event,
again.
though, right?
Might do it one more
So
time.
they may very well do US as virtual too. That's probably going to happen.
It sounds like it. That's all I've heard.
Or maybe
I've
a
been
hybrid.
trying-
Maybe it'll be the first hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hybrid conferences actually, because there's so many that I missed because of like another obligation or family or something, and we had to not in it at all, right? So
You're right. It might just be the new normal where they just have the virtual. You can buy a virtual ticket. Obviously, it's going to cost a lot less because there's not the food and everything, but you can still enjoy it. And
Yeah, I bet you it'll be free
Try to
for
see
virtual,
people.
paid if you attend.
Hey, Dana's.
Hi. Just finished my brain date, so I thought I'd pop in and say hi.
Oh, brain dates are still
glasses
going
match
today.
your shirt
Yeah.
Perfectly.
I'm sorry?
Your glasses match your shirt perfectly.
Turquoise. Imagine that.
I
Dana.
know. Go figure, hey?
Actually, look at her whole room.
The wall matches
One
her
of my
gift.
favorite colors.
Yeah.
Look at the accessories and everything matches perfectly.
matches
Yeah,
she's
the wall
matching
color
her-
matches the cardigan and the all the containers.
So
Oh,
you
they're-
got her matching shoes, Tanis.
I got
business
more.
colors, Janice?
Yeah, they're my business colors too. Yeah.
It looks great.
I
It
just
looks
bombed your
really
I
good.
love your
on
turquoise.
screen.
Turquoise is the color of tech, by the way. Did you know that?
It's the color of tech.
Tech and modern. Yeah.
What is blue or green?
Turquoise.
Turquoise.
I thought it was the color of Tiffany. That's what my wife told me.
Yeah. Well, that's a slightly different color.
That was a hint, Andrew.
That's not really turquoise.
It's a vacation color.
Yeah, right. That's Tiffany blue, not turquoise.
Of course.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. These are
I don't know. It all
Tiffany.
looks
So
the
does
same
that
to me.
count?
Well, guys, it was great to see y'all.
Thank you, Kelly.
Good
Thanks for
Kelly.
hanging out with us today.
Nice to see you, Kelly. No, thanks, guys. It was so nice to see y'all.
Yeah, go get some shit done.
Get shit done.
Get
I'm
shit
on
done.
it.
Get shit done.
Okay.
This is not going to
See you,
replace
Kelly.
my.
Good to see
Hi,
you.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's not going to replace the fact that I still want to go to Toronto, and I don't think I can go to Toronto this year. I guess.
Probably not.
Probably
I'm
not.
going.
Because
Yeah.
we're still
still in.
coming out of lockdown.
Yeah.
And they're not, and I mean, they're saying what, and I think it was another 2 weeks, Andrew, where things aren't even opening yet.
Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous. Like, I still can't buy underwear.
I know. No, you can't.
Okay.
Who needs underwear already?
You have to order it online.
It's apparently not an essential item.
Apparently not.
Well,
Okay,
I was pretty sure it
Now's
was.
the time
but-
you garden, and you can't buy gardening stuff unless
Yeah.
you go to, some of the places aren't even doing that. It's ridiculous.
Well, by the time you can go, there's nothing there because we got excited and we thought, well, we could go shopping and buy something. But the inventory is so down. It's just so weird. It looks like it's stuck in after Christmas mode.
Yeah, it's all the supply chain issues are all trickling down, right?
Yeah.
I've been living
It
off
looks
of
like
Amazon.
February 10th.
Yeah.
Amazon
Well,
rules.
Toronto's been in lockdown since November.
Yeah, the longest lockdown in North America.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
You guys are
No,
so bad.
It's been awful.
Why so long?
Weird, eh?
Because we
Because our
have
numbers were
a
so
premier
high.
who's a jackass.
Well, yeah.
He-
What
he-
do you try to do that? I mean, you guys have a low COVID rate, don't you? I mean, what's the
Well,
big deal?
It's
I mean,
coming down, but it wasn't.
yeah.
We were really, really high. And the problem is there was no room in the emergency rooms. Like if you had to go in.
Misconception. I have clients who are doctors. Not true. So 100% of my emergency room doctors' revenue is down because they bill by the patient. It's actually not true. ICUs were full, and that was the big thing. Hospitals
not the
themselves
same
were
thing.
empty.
Yeah.
But ICUs, and they never
Yeah,
got
I
to
should
full
have said
capacity, but they were worried about getting to full capacity, which is somewhat understandable.
Well,
that's
I
not the
think that
same
if
thing.
you guys were just a lot better sheep, like we are out in British Columbia.
Yeah. We were better sheeple.
We were all very good at listening, I think.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem in Toronto. So many haven't been. Like we're supposed to be in lockdown, and it's like our neighbors are having parties. I'm like, really, people?
The thing is, the problem is when you put in unreasonable rules, it's like with your children. If you give them unreasonable rules, they will ignore all of your rules instead of just some of them. And the problem was it became unreasonable, right? And like the thing is, they should have started opening things up a lot more reasonably. They should have opened up you to have 5 people provided that you were vaccinated. And like they left it way too long, and then people were like, fuck it, I'm vaccinated, what the fuck do I care, right? And so they were just
Here in
doing
Niagara, it's very difficult to get vaccinations, though. I'm registered with a couple of different places, and every time that I get the notification that appointments are open, I pop on right away, like as soon as I get that text message. And I get put into a queue, and 2 seconds later, I get a message saying, sorry, all of our appointments are gone again.
Yeah, you had to be on the ball. Thankfully, my sister is not working right now, and she was like basically doing all the research, and she got me my appointment. But in the process, I was booked at like 5 different places to get one appointment.
Yeah, I'm registered at like 4 places. Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky because our doctor's office was one of the places that did vaccines. So I could have gotten it on my birthday and I refused. I said, I'll go. And we went the following week. So
What about the Ontario website? Because like the day that it became available to everybody, like that exact morning, I went on, I sat there for 45 minutes, but I was able to book both mine and my husband's appointment, our first and our second. Like I just had 2 browsers open. Now, I wasn't able to choose where I went. It was just like, this is the appointment and this is the place, but I was able to choose the city. So
that's where I registered, and it through the registration process, it took me to a page where I could select from a multitude of places.
Right.
And so that's where I picked, because I mean, I don't want to drive like an hour to get a vaccine. So I picked like 4 or 5 places that are in my vicinity. And but each one notifies me separately when they have appointments available, and they get taken like right away.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is it's all these disparate systems that aren't connected. So like even though they're actually a lot of the shoppers are all running the same platform for bookings, they're not connected. So if you book at one shopper's, it's completely unrelated to an appointment that you booked in another. Like it's not all talking to each other. I need some good cloud accountants working on that.
I beg to differ. We registered at Shoppers Drug Mart and we got called by Zehrs.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I had a different experience when I did it like a couple months ago, and I registered at all these different places: Costco, Shoppers, like the college, Centennial College, and even though I was using the same app on most of them, I was getting notifications from all different places, and they were not connected for me. I don't know. Maybe they updated that, got it all connected.
Yeah, because I know the Shoppers in our area, Andrew, he was not taking bookings. It was walk-in.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, you know, so if you had to go pick up a prescription, you were waiting the same line as those getting the vaccine. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was done. Oh, yes, the winner. Congratulations, Sherry Lee. You have to tell us what you're going to get.
Oh, right on. Congratulations.
They said it's all picked already. It's $1,000 basket of stuff.
Nice.
All the vendors. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really funny because
I
was
thought
in
it was
the Zoom room.
$1,000
I could see it
cash.
in the Zoom room, and I kept trying to type on the screen, but it was typing on one of my other screens. And I'm like, I'm here.
That's the problem with having too much technology.
No, right? Since you're recording this, so does that mean we don't say anything bad because you're going to blackmail us?
Exactly. So continue saying all the bad things you want.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Here, I'll turn off the recording and then turn it back on. Oh, wait, now it announces.
Yeah.
Do you guys, I should record the goodbye. Thank you, everyone, for coming to hang out with us. It was awesome to see you guys. I can't wait till we have a real live in-person one again, which hopefully, fingers crossed, will be sooner rather than later. Maybe San Jose in November.
Really?
If we can actually travel.
Well, who knows? I mean, I don't.
I'd like to go to Skilling, and it's in October.
Well, I think I'm going to do Scaling.
Scaling New Heights is September.
Yeah.
No, it's October.
And the only reason I remember
it's later
my
now.
granddaughter is due the week before, so it's like because we thought of going. I'm like, no way, not with granddaughter due.
I think they changed it. It's later
It's
now.
been changed to October 22nd.
Oh.
That sounds right.
And unfortunately, you guys, I can't go.
Yeah, so yeah.
My one and only child is getting married that week, unfortunately.
So that's a pretty good reason not to go.
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic, you know that, right? But yeah, otherwise I'd be there.
Damn kid! What's he doing getting married?
I know. She told me. She says, I'm going to disown you for the rest of my life if you don't cancel your trip. And I said, well, that's okay. I'll cancel it for you. You know.
Right.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
See you,
It was
everyone.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Great day.
See you, everyone.
I miss y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.